Welcome to DUEL-OH.TGC.
What's up YouTube, Capital G here. Got another batch of excellent duels for you guys to check out, including one of the most OP decks in Yu-Gi-Oh history, a deck that I don't think that it can be beat. I told you guys a few years ago that this deck was actually impossible to lose with. As long as you're playing Skull Servants, you are guaranteed to win. If you guys don't know, I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh since its first era, the third booster set, and this deck has a 100% win percentage. It cannot lose to any deck except I guess another copy of itself. But when you lose to yourself, is it really even losing at all? Skull Servants is way too good, especially when you got a centerpiece of your archetype being Skull Servant, a monster with 300 attack, 200 defense, no effect. Such a powerful and good card. He's dueling against the Guard Dragon Blue Eyes build, and obviously that deck has a super high ceiling. It can pump out some really unbreakable and unbeatable boards, but against Skull Servants, man, it's just another deck. So he's gonna drop Destrudo in the grave, make his copy of Dark Matter Dragon. I think he's number 95, if I'm not mistaken, Dark Matter Dragon. He's going into Red Eyes Darkness Metal by way of the Guard Dragons, fair enough. And he's going to go into Triple Burst Dragon. Now, this is going to be interesting. Instead of going for Hot Red Dragon or Extreme Abyss, which you generally see, he's actually going to go into a different monster. He's going to go into King Dragoon. Now, you usually don't see this guy. However, it can be beneficial in certain matchups. So if you're playing against like Sky Striker, this card is arguably better than something like Hot Red Dragon or Extreme Abyss, specifically because it stops Afterburner, it stops your opponent from using Widow Anchor, and it stops it on all your dragon monsters, not just itself. So it gives your field like blanket protection, and it's like, all right, that's actually maybe probably better than getting one negation card, stopping your opponent's best cards, the cards that they use to break your board. Anyways, he's gonna press on. I think he's going to summon Chaos Dragon Levineer, and he's going to summon the Art Brave Dragon as well. You don't generally see Art Brave Dragon summon. However, it is going to be really good here for Synchro Fodder, making the Borreload Savage Dragon, bringing back the Triple Burst Dragon. Then he will probably Xyz summon as long as he can drop like another level 8. There's the Alternative Dragon. Now he's going to drop Titanic Galaxy, looking for probably another rank 8 Xyz, that being number 90, the Photon Lord, giving him some monster negation as if he needed that with all these other negation cards he has. But don't forget, he's going to get a Morphage Goliath back as well. So his opponent's going to try to stop that, trying to preempt it with Called by the Grave. Problem is, he can simply activate Titanic. He can just negate that, suck up the spell. So he is getting that Amorphous Goliath. This means no extra deck plays for the Skull Servant player. However, Skull Servants don't really need their extra deck. By the way, White Prince is going to get negated by the number 90. The thing is, he only has one more negate, and he's going to essentially bait it out here with Twin Twister. If he doesn't negate Twin Twister, then he basically just loses his Triple Burst Dragon, and he's going to lose his negation anyway, so he has to negate it. And now you guys might be wondering, Cap, how is this guy gonna break his opponent's board with just a copy of Unizombie and a Book of Life? Like, guys, if you're playing Skull Servants, I'm telling you, every duel is free. Doesn't matter what your opponent has, just a free win. He's gonna activate a copy of Mizuki, gets the White Princess. This little bony girl is actually going to be the one who does all the work. If your opponent has a bunch of Link monsters on field, she's not particularly great. However, if your opponent has a bunch of high rank and high level Synchro monsters, she's so good because he activates both of her effects, the Foolish Burial effect, and then her effect to debuff all your opponent's monsters. And, the field was looking kind of intimidating earlier in the turn, but guess what? All of these dragon monsters are kind of debuffed right now, and this obviously was a non-targeting effect. He can now activate White Princess again, the Foolish Burial effect, and he is going to go ahead and summon King of the Skull Servant 2. Is 4,000 attack plus going to gain 300 attack in addition to that because of Star Yugioh, but he's not done yet. He's going to attack into Titanic Galaxy, which is really the only monster he can attack into because of Titanic Galaxy's effect. Then he's going to activate the White Princess again. This is going to debuff his monsters even further, and look at these monsters now, not looking so strong when every single one of you has 0 attack and 0 defense. She's not a hard one once per turn if you didn't realize, because that's just the power of Skull Servants, man. And it doesn't matter how many big monsters your opponent puts on the field, how many negations. Even if they completely lock you out of your extra deck, long as you're playing Skull Servants, it's honestly just a free win. Second duel is going to be somewhat similar, although not on that level because ain't nobody on the Skull Servant level. It's going to be another Guard Dragon build. This one is also running Thunder Dragons, which I don't really get. I don't understand why would you mix Guard Dragons, Thunder Dragons, and Danger. I feel like you're playing two different decks there, and I really don't think the Thunder Dragons, I mean, they had a little bit, but what do the Dangers really do for you that like Crusadia can't already do for the like Guard Dragons and stuff like that? Anyways, he made Sorry You Just Skull Dread. Looks like he will be able to at least drop one Colossus because he does have his copy of Thunder Dragon Roar on field. So, I mean, that's fine. And actually, in doing so, he'll probably be able to drop that Darkest Diablos on his opponent. Makes Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. This was a little different from what you guys saw in the second duel. This is the more standard of the play. Goes for the Thunder Dragon Hawk. That's going to get him that copy of the Colossus. And again, he does get to drop his Darkest Diablos of its own effect. Now, whether he wants to get rid of a card in his opponent's hand, generally, I'm for doing that. I'm for getting rid of cards in my opponent's hand because why not? I mean, you know what I mean? He's actually, I think, going to get 2 cards out of his hand, so that's looking really bad. Drops another copy of Colossus. He's going to go into Titanic Galaxian. I think that was actually a pretty good play. Now, he is going to use Evenly Match. That at least gets rid of the negation of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. And I tell you guys all the time, people forget that this card exists. He's going to go for Summoner Monk, and then boom, go ahead and hit him with that Exciton Knight. Dude, why does everyone forget Exciton Knight is a thing? Wipes everybody off the face of the field except the copy of Colossus, but that's actually fine. I think he's going to use Cubic Wave from his graveyard. He's actually going to negate the Colossus. So actually, he basically cracked his opponent's entire board with just a few cards. Now, his opponent is trolling right here. He's going to attack into the copy of Exciton Knight. I don't know why. Maybe he just doesn't know how to count. He's just going to pop his board. At that point, he probably is a little tilted. Got Monster Reborn. Deuce is going to drop Unification. He can use Unification instantly after he links. Maybe even drop another Unification. This is what Cubics generally do. To link climb, they'll go Unification, and then they'll link, and then they'll summon like another monster with Unification, and keep using it over and over again. He's going to use that other Unification, and now he's going to use Cubic Karma, and I think his opponent's actually just going to see his top deck, and he's just going to scoop it up. He's like, I can't do anything with Jackalope and, you know, this random Reclusia. It's not like I'm playing like Salamangreats over here where I can make like a Link 3 and get back into the game. And yeah, man, people forget that Exciton Knight is a thing, and it will wreck you if you don't have a way of stopping it. So sometimes that just are, or sometimes those just are the breaks. But yeah, as long as you're playing Skull Servants, doesn't matter what your opponent wants to play, it's a free win. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed those short duels, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.